everybody, welcome to the show. Hold on. It's California here, and so I have all these allergies. Welcome to the show, filmfestivallive.com, and trying out a new microphone. Actually, it's not new. It's one of my voiceover studios, Sennheiser SM7B, or Shure. And so I hope you can hear me even better. So today we're going to have a really great show, and we have a guest on. I'm very excited to have on. We had on before, but it didn't work out. So we just spent some time in the studio making sure she's all ready to go, and we're ready to go. And I had a bit of a technical difficulty here and there, but we are ready to go. So if you're here on the show for the first time, or you remember my old show called Acting Up Live, Acting Up Live, actually it was Acting Up Radio, but who listens to the radio anymore? And then I went to podcast, and then now it's become filmfestivallive.com with my good friend and partner Sal, who is oprime.tv. You know that we are really focusing on film festivals around the world, not just next door, but around the world. And so today we're going to spin the globe. I really need a globe. I need a globe. And I'll go like this and say, hey, that's where we're going to take our next person from. But today we're visiting the UK, and I am trying to see if I could get my proper RP language down, because you know that's the only way to be a successful Hollywood actor is to have a UK or a British accent. It's the truth. If you watch everything on TV and everything that's streaming, you're going, oh my gosh, that guy is from Detroit. Why does he sound British? Anyway, bottom line is that we're very excited about this film festival, and they have an amazing website. You have to go visit it, but you'll see that in a second. Before we do that, today is Monday, so you know we're Monday, Wednesday, Friday in most situations. We're on YouTube, 2 Facebook Lives, LinkedIn. We're everywhere. And so if you have any questions, I will look and see, because we have on the show, we have the ability for anybody to talk to us. I'm looking right now, see comments and reactions, and see if anybody has any questions for myself or for our guest that's on today, or in general, you want to know the meaning of life, we'll throw that at you too if you like. So without further ado, let's take a look. We have at this film festival, I'm going to show their promo, which is very cool. And then we're going to bring Lisa Tonelli on, and I'm very excited by this. She is the founding or the director. She has a lot of titles, but she's awesome. So hang tight. We're going to take a look at that. Don't go away. Here we go. There it is. Hey, welcome to the show, Lisa.
Hi, Will. Thank you for having me. I love your introduction video, by the way. Not talking about the new one, but yours.
Yeah, well, you know what? Here's the thing. First of all, that looks beautiful. And right now it's a little after 6 in the UK. I'm having a little bit of a internet issue here. I can see the glitching, but we're okay. It'll catch back up with me. But welcome to the show, and thanks for taking your evening. It is Monday evening, right?
It is.
I'm thinking like you're on Tuesday or something weird, but you're not. Thanks for taking your Monday evening and talk about the film festival. Very excited. And before we go any further, because if people are sitting there thinking to themselves, well, I'd like to submit to the film festival. Are you still taking people's submissions, or where are you right now? When is the festival?
Absolutely. We're still open for submissions at the moment. The actual festival will take place from the 19th of November until the 21st of November.
So you have plenty of time. Film festival. I think, what is it called? What's the place? I said it earlier. Film Festival Garage, or what's the place that you submit to? I don't remember what it's called.
Film Freeway.
Thank you. Garage, Freeway. I knew there was a car involved here somewhere. If you're interested in submitting, of course, you can go to Film Festival, uh, whatever, Freeway. And I'm going to bring this here because you have a light background. And this is your website. You can check it out. You can actually go to just the first part, not the / about. You'll see the website as well. Take a look at that. So, I guess the real obvious question is, how long have you been doing this, and why would you attempt to do something like this?
I know it's crazy. This will actually be our inaugural year for the festival,
Awesome.
and I really don't know what possessed me, to be honest, Will, because I created this festival during the pandemic, but also on my maternity leave.
Oh, well, congratulations. That's fun.
Thank you.
That seems like a very strange thing to do. But then again, if you're up, because I have a 7 and 10-year-old, if you're up, um, as I was when I was working in Cirque du Soleil, I was doing this all night, 2 or 3 in the morning, then what the hell? Why not? Just sit there with your laptop and run a film festival, right?
Absolutely. No, the thing was, I was an independent film producer before starting this festival. And so I was submitting my own work on Film Freeway. And when I was submitting my work, I was noticing that there was a serious lack of what I would consider to be all inclusive festivals.
Right.
So there's a lot that kind of claim to be, but to me, they're ones that are really kind of genre specific. So you do have these inclusive film festivals, but it's directed at that one genre only.
Right.
So I thought, wouldn't it be great to kind of create something in the northeast of England where you have almost every genre under one roof?
Mm.
And so that was the method behind the madness, I guess.
Right. So that makes it even more. I mean, when someone decides that they're going to do a film festival, that in itself, even if they just do film festivals that are shot on all flip phones, you're you're talking about the fact that you decided to do a film festival and say pretty much everything you can imagine you can shoot or whatever edit, we'll take it. That's crazy, kind of.
Yeah,
And a new mother.
it's
Wow. Do you have a? Can I see? Do you have a cape on your back at all? Because I'm thinking you do. All right. So, um, we all did have a lot of time on our hands, a little, hunk of months back because of all the pandemic stuff. But that's a good just sort of a side question: is how are things going in the UK in regards to shooting here in Hollywood? We seem to have ramped up pretty well. This last week was just an enormous amount of casting notices and stuff that I've been reading for, and I'm totally surprised. It was like 1 week they flipped the switch. How's it going there?
absolutely. I feel like it's probably the same here as well. It's definitely ramping up, and productions are taking place again now. We had Harrison Ford here a few weeks back filming the new Indiana, I believe.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
A lot of exciting things going on, not just in the country production wise, but in this region in particular. So yeah, I think we're back into full swing.
Are you have you taken a break from being a producer as well now? And you're like
I
solely in the film festival?
I did. So when during my pregnancy, I decided not to take on any more production work because, as you know, these things can drag on for maybe a year.
I hear you.
It's
Yeah.
a long time. Each project is is a lengthy bit of work. So I thought, no, that's it. I'm gonna take a little rest. Even though I was freelance, I thought I will call this my maternity leave. And then my son got to 6 months, and I just thought, you know what, I could do with getting my teeth into something, but I don't have the flexibility as a mother to be able to take on a new production project.
Yeah.
So this festival was absolutely perfect because I can basically work whatever hours suit me.
Sure. And here you are with this. Uh, just as a sort of a guide to see where you're at with your film festival, were you commercial producer, film, feature, short? What's your thing when you're a producer? What do you specialize in?
It was, to be honest, mostly short films. I have produced a feature film, and something that will potentially, hopefully, be on Netflix in the future. But to be honest, I wasn't in the industry for that many years. I think I produced my first film, or I worked on my first film in 2018, 2000, end of
Oh wow.
2017,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah, so in that space of time, I think I maybe had about four different projects.
Right. Well, that's good. But I was asking that because the fact that you've decided to take on pretty much any genre. Um, I'm curious if you had a particular area that you were in that you're going, oh, I really love this type of format or whatever. But it sounds like you just decided to do the whole ball of wax and say anything that you want to submit, you can. Um, you must have like a massive team helping you, don't you?
It's a team of about five people, but we work very, very hard. And I
Yeah,
think
that's not massive.
me, with regards to the genres, I think it was a case of me as an audience member. I don't want to necessarily go to a film festival and only watch horror movies. I'd
Oh,
love to be able to go to a film festival and see a horror movie, and then maybe I want to see a comedy or an LGBTQ film,
sure.
and that was my way of thinking.
Right. Um, but do you have a favorite? We won't tell anybody.
Do you know what I can tell you what I haven't watched a lot of. So I'd be the worst person in the world to judge this category, although I don't actually judge any of them. But I think horror is probably my least
I
favorite.
think you made that obvious when you said, I wouldn't go to a festival and just watch horror films. Well, obviously
Yeah.
you don't like horror films. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Um, so that's actually another good point that you made or you brought up is that you're not judging them, and I think that's kind of a thing that a lot of people need to know in general is that I've found or we have found that on the whole, if you're trying to network with the people that founded the festivals, because you have a film, just remember that they have a committee of people for good reason. Because if I had the Will Roberts Film Festival, I probably would just go with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. That way, I couldn't be blamed. It's Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Mo's fault, not mine. Anyway,
That's
but
right.
because that's a tremendous, on top of the fact that you're putting all this together, your site is beautiful. It's very comprehensive. You have to be able to let people come and feel as though number one, it's professional, and number two, that they're going to be seen by good, connected people, hopefully, and get them to move on. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it was also extremely important to us to hold a live event, to be honest.
Oh, right.
Uh, I think it's wonderful what existing festivals have done with these either online or hybrid at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think we're in quite a privileged position in that, we have the flexibility to be able to maybe, if we had to, push our live event back a little bit. I mean, to me, as a filmmaker as well, I think it makes the world of difference actually attending that event in person and seeing that, those eyes on your film, that live
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. But so I get, and you brought up my next question, which is the festival is in person and online or just in person?
Only in person.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's a slight bummer because we were just sitting. Sally, you popping the popcorn. We were hoping to be able to sit and kind of watch stuff, but your site is pretty comprehensive. Will you, of course, release and do any trailers at all with any of the stuff online, or are you just thinking, hey, you got to come here to see it?
I mean, we're hoping to do, we will do the trailers online, but also we'll be hoping to work with Sal
Yeah.
and yourself in the future, and for our filmmakers to maybe take up that amazing opportunity of screening their things on the off prime platform.
Yeah, 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 and that's again one thing I want to say is that it's doing it online is not easy, and although people are thinking, hey, we have no no option because right now we've got the pandemic thing and so on. But so we'd love to do the online, but it's not a matter of just pressing a button and going and filming in your bathroom. I mean, we've seen those, but we're trying to discourage people from filming Zooms in their bathrooms, and anyway. So all right, let's talk a little bit about the films that you're seeing. Are you seeing stuff that is blowing you away? And number two, uh, are you excited about what you're seeing coming in right now?
We're really excited about it. Actually, we didn't expect for our first year, especially for the quality of films that we're getting coming in. So we've had submissions from some of the bigger festivals already. So we have from Sundance and Cannes and the London Film Festival, and some of these much bigger ones, which is great. We also had a submission recently from Sir Paul McCartney,
Oh,
which was that was a shock as well.
that's a shock.
Pretty cool. But yeah, so we're really excited about what's coming in at the moment. And not just the quality, but the quantity as well.
Sure.
Because we thought, being a first year festival,
Yeah.
and not necessarily having a massive budget for marketing, how do we reach an international audience? And are we going to get those numbers where we can kind of pick some really, really quality stuff from? And yeah, it's been great. It's been really great. A lot more than we expected.
Well, you have to, even more than just in general, if you've been going for a while, you have to find stuff that establishes that you have credibility in the festival. Since it's inaugural, the first year, you can't come out with everybody shooting stuff on their iPhones and go, "We're ready," because then people will go, "Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to submit to that. That's kind of a little low." But I do have to say that purely by the fact that the name Newcastle, it sounds so official. I don't know what it is. It sounds like the Queen runs it or something. Newcastle. I don't. And she's going to come and hang out and go. I love that one. Anyway, but so that's kind of cool. What about any kind of educational stuff? Is there going to be panels? Are there going to be guests? Have you set anybody? Can you tell us anybody?
Actually, just recently, we've formed a partnership with our local university as well, and some sponsorship, which is great. And from that, what we're going to be doing is we've agreed to kind of offer a range of workshops, masterclasses, and courses from the week leading up to the festival, kind of through the whole festival weekend, which are going to be open to the public and to anybody completely free of charge.
That's great.
Yeah, we're collaborating with a couple of different organisations in the area as well, with regards to kind of getting them some practical experience in whatever it is they want to do, whether it's projection or just festival organisation.
That's
We're in
good.
collaboration with a little group called Photo Club, which is mostly a kind of group of disabled individuals that are aged from maybe anything from 11 to 17. They'll get some practical experience as well. So we're working with schools
That's
and
great.
colleges. Yeah, we're kind of wanting to do a lot in the educational aspect of it.
Um,
Internships as well.
Are you in your crew of people helping out? Do you have any interns helping out? Are you giving that any of that stuff for the community? Because I was always wondering what people are doing for the community. Because obviously you're doing a film festival, which in itself is something for the community to say, "Hey, I don't have a red camera, or I don't have a black magic, and I'm going to go shoot something, but no one's going to watch it." So purely by the fact that you're doing this is giving back to the community. But are you working with any of these, I guess, local folks to be able to help them and give them an
We're,
opportunity?
so we will have a couple of paid placements actually for interns, and we have a lot of volunteer screeners at the moment as well. But in regards to kind of giving back to the community, this festival is actually essentially mostly self-funded,
Oh,
and it's run by a group of professional volunteers.
wow.
So it's kind of in essence, I guess we are giving back to the community in
Yeah,
that way.
yeah, you sure are. No, absolutely. Um, anything else we should know about the festival that you haven't told us yet?
Ooh, oh, there'll be some cash prizes for certain categories.
That's good.
Should be a nice little incentive. Custom made trophies, and will they look awesome? They
Are they
really
awesome?
do. They're really awesome.
That's cool.
They really are. I want one of those trophies. They're kind of
Well,
made out of steel and concrete, and they're just
well, you'll.
fabulous.
I'm sorry, but Lisa, you'll have to submit a film then. That's interesting. You said that I was in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. I got a award for a film I did, and it was Italian International Film Festival, and I shot it actually when I was in Pernambuco, Brazil, for 46 days shooting a Netflix film, and we shot it on a 5S, and it's gotten a tremendous amount of awards, and I've gotten a couple of Best Actor. But I remember going there thinking, I wonder what the trophies are going to look like, and she actually did very interesting. Is that it's all recycled. At first, I was like, "What does that mean?" And then I saw it, and hold on, don't leave. Wait, Sal, come on, Sal. I want you to talk to her in a second. I'm going to put you in my
Yeah,
slot,
I have to
Sal.
see
I want to
these.
show you this thing. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. Let's add him to the left. There he is. Sal, get in the middle
I'm
and say
right here.
hello.
Ready? Okay, let me go. There we go. Yes. Well, you're going to go find the trophy. So we are, we've been working together for about a year, and now you have some, you got some, awards and stuff like that. We may want to consider doing some marketing specifically to that, because you know that I'm the marketing dork that only
Yes, he
talks
does.
about marketing and promoting festivals.
And there goes your 15 minutes of fame. Goodbye, Sal. Get rid of you, Sal. Get out of here. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of him. Unassigned.
I
Placeholder.
took over.
Oh,
No, no,
he
there you go.
left. That's me. Hold on a second. Let's get back to me and then back to you. And there it is. Okay, so here it is. And I have to tell you, you don't know right off the bat, but oh, you can't see because it's green.
Oh, I
I'm on a
like
green
that.
screen. But this was made, and it is a bottle that was made into art.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's got best dramatic actor. Okay. Anyway, hold on a second. I'm sorry. There we go. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. But I just thought this was like when they said that, I'm like, I'm sorry, you're gonna. It's made out of what? She goes, it's made out of bottles, and I'm like, no way. Yeah, it's a bottle, and she really did quite a. Anyway, and the interesting thing about it is that literally each individual. When I was there was like 50 awards. Each individual person, I'm like, wow, that one's cool. It's like this and short,
Oh,
and I
it's really
guess they
unique.
all come out of anyway. That's it. So anyway, well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. You are awesome, and I think when we get closer to the film festival, if we can have you come on and tell us more concrete things, like we have this and these people are here, and by the way, Harrison Ford and Sir McCartney, they're right there. They're hanging out.
Fingers crossed.
They just bought me a Starbucks coffee. Anyway, if there's anything, do you have Starbucks there, right?
We
Of course you
do.
do. We have Starbucks everywhere. No one says I'm going to go get a cup of coffee anymore. They go, I'm going to go get Starbucks. Anyway, of course, give us the dates again one last time if you don't mind, and we'll kind of run those over for everybody. But we will, of course, on filmfestivallive.com and on all of our Instagrams and Twitters and all the other Facebook Lives and everything. We will continue to let people know that submissions are still open, which is very important. So, Lisa, take it away. Give us your once over on when it happens and when you're dropping off to take submissions.
So the Northeast International Film Festival will be taking place in Newcastle upon Tyne, England, from the 19th until the 21st of November. We're going to have an amazing closing awards ceremony on Sunday the 21st. And for any official selections, the tickets are complimentary, and there'll be a 3-course meal, wine, welcome drinks, entertainment. It's going to be the full
I'm
thing.
heading there. I've got my vaccination card. I'm heading there.
You're invited, Will.
There. Anyway, wow, that's awesome. And by the way, I'm just going to have you on the show a bunch because I need to get my British accent down pat.
I'm surprised you understand me because mine's Geordie.
Yeah, you know what? I was veering back to say something about that, and you have a slight. It sounds sort of Irish in the, and that's just because of the geographical. Because I noticed that. So there it is. Anyway,
I'll take that. I like the Irish accent.
There you go. Well, there it is. You for us Americans, you could pull it off. Don't worry about it. There it is. Appreciate you coming on the show, Lisa-Marie Tonelli.
Yeah.
I stuttered, but I knew what it was. I just didn't have faith. Tonelli. Lisa, we appreciate you coming on the show, and we'll certainly have you come on again. If you'd like, you can go to the website, which of course is neiff.co.uk. You can go /about if you want, but you'll get there otherwise. I hope you have a great day and be safe, be well. And again, congratulations on your child. And of course, the birth of your film festival.
Thank you, Will.
All right, be safe. All right, everybody, hang tight really quickly. We're going to take a small break. And when we come back, I'm going to finish up with Sal. All right. Ta-da-ta-ta. I think I kind of messed up this shot. Sal and I were playing around. I was showing him all kinds of fun things about dropping in the screen and so on. So let me get back to entire screen. Oh, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking. I'm playing around because I can. It's my show. Hold on a second. Where the hell is Sal anyway? I'm gonna add him in.
Did it become dark?
Hold on, Sal. This is not what I expected. We're gonna create a whole new screen. I'm gonna show you all kinds of stuff like the light ring and everything. I'm feeling. There it is. There's Sal. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go to my Cam Link version. There's Sal again. And then I don't have anything. This is just raw right here, folks.
We just go raw. Listen. People got to understand that this is, we're going into a new age, and you just got to get accustomed to some of these like slip ups. Look, we're not CNN. We're not like MSNBC. We're not Fox. You know what I mean? Like, we are independent filmmakers.
Yeah,
and
but
we are in the independent
wasn't
filmmaking business.
That wasn't a slip up. I did that to show you that I was human.
No, I know, and I like the mountains in the background.
Yeah. Well, it's better than the messy bed that my wife is about. What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you showing?
But like, for instance, I really liked you showing us the trophy. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's beautiful.
Well, you can't see all of it because it's green.
Yeah, no, and it looks trippy too. Yeah, it looks like Yoda gave it to you.
No, you can. Now, there you go.
That's beautiful. Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
It really is. I was like, this is really cool.
And it's meaningful. You're gonna you would leave it someplace. You know what I mean? It's not like a little golden eagle or woman or something holding the trophy. It's
I'll be honest with you. If my wife sees this and it's like this somewhere, she will recycle it. She will recycle it. That is what it is. So here it is. Maybe I'll just, in the future, this is the behind the scenes of Sal and Will during the show. Great interview. She was awesome.
Yes, she is. Up and coming festival in England. And, again, like you're starting to see like the marketing and this festival industry is starting to develop. Back in I don't want to say back in the day, like 2 years ago, a new festival wouldn't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like when you look at, she's strong on Twitter. Her site is awesome. She's got cash prizes.
I know.
Like, hello.
I know, that's pretty cool.
That's really nice. Check it out.
But finding their demo was a bit of a task.
That was a little challenge, but that wasn't her fault. That was my fault.
No, I was like, but it's on their site. They should put it on their site. But all right, well, other than that, Sal, one thing I wanted to kind of bring to your attention is that I was looking over our site. If you go to it at filmfestivallive.com, and you can see that we have the stuff that we're doing this because I have a love for a part of this industry. You have a love for a part of this industry. We both love it, portions of it together as being actors and creatives. But one thing that we both agreed on, which is why we're doing this together, is that a lot of these folks don't know how to get the word out. I remember back when the internet started, really, and when Al Gore made it,
invented it.
Yeah. But when that all happened, and I was sitting in a car dealership because I was doing promotions for them, and then they said, "You know what? You're really funny. Thanks. Why are you saying that?" "Well, we think you should work for us." I'm like, "How does car dealership and funny work together?" And they said, "No, because you're so savvy at all this stuff." Now, this is 1987, 90, something like that. And I'm like, well, I'm going back and forth to San Francisco at the time because I lived in the Central Coast, and going there to San Francisco just like I do now to LA. And it's 2 hours away, and trying to work as an actor. And back then, because it was the 80s and 90s, I was doing a lot of lighting stand-in. I was doing a lot of background. I was doing anything I can, doing commercials. That's when I cut my teeth in this business. But the fact of the matter is that they said to me, they go, "I'll tell you what, we'll give you a demo, which is a car every 3,000 miles. And if you do the internet for us and help us do the car buying, we'll do that for you. And well, of course, we'll pay you." I'm like, okay. So I said, but I need an office over here by the fleet manager, which is away from everybody. So in essence, what I wound up doing, I don't know why I'm telling you this story, but it'll get somewhere. But what I wound up doing is spending 40 hours a week learning how to do the internet.
There you
And
go.
one of the things that I realized, and because of this, is I literally sat there for 40 hours a week just going, well, let me see if I search forums and people looking for cars, and if I make my process to be where I'm going to serve them instead of going getting into a car dealership and losing your keys because they put them on the roof, or taking your ID because you're like, well, I got to get out of here, I got to go somewhere. Well, we can't find your ID, and then they sell you a car. I'm just telling you some tactics. What I did learn was that you can't just have something like a car dealership or a film festival and just put it online and go, "We're here." Because that's like having a lemonade stand in the Siberian desert. It's great and it's very well needed, but no one ain't going to know anything if you don't have some way of getting people to it. Which brings me to my point of why we're doing this, is because we don't want, if you have a film festival in Siberia, that's fabulous. But let's make people realize that, that you exist. So I was looking at some of our stuff and thought, we're always constantly trying to figure out how to help. That's why we created the show, because we've got a good grasp of what we're doing, and we've got a good audience. And so I just was basically commending you, because we've got some really good things that you put together that people are trying to get the word out from oprime.tv, which is, I was thinking, and we'll talk about this off the air, but I just figured out a prize that every film festival should have, and that is a little package from filmfestivallive.com and oprime.tv, because look, I mean, isn't that why people go to film festivals and see their stuff? Obviously, they do it because they made something, they're excited, and they want people to view it. But when the doors close and they're done and they walk away with this or nothing, what they do want is they want somewhere else to go. So you and I will talk about this, but I'm excited about this. I know you are. And so that's the show. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, no, I just let me kind of real quickly kind of double up on that. One of my heroes, Steve Jobs, rest in peace. He said, "The world is a noisy place, and your branding, your company, your festival, your movie has to break through that." And people think, "Oh, I put up my Instagram page, like the money's gonna start rolling in." Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that.
No, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah, no.
I mean, what Instagram does is it enables you to stay home in your boxers and I am everybody and send it to, and send your resume and your demo reel to like everybody.
Yeah, but
Back,
that's annoying.
yes, and but 30 years ago, you would have to actually live in LA.
Yeah.
You couldn't be where you are. You'd have to be in the valley. You'd have to take the whole day, drive down, take all your headshots, your DVDs. I mean, come on, it's so much easier.
It is
But
so much easier.
the money is not going to fall into your lap just because you opened up an Instagram page.
No,
It's the very beginning.
and quite honestly, you have to think about, and this is a business conversation we're having, but you have to think about how you're trying to approach people in this business or in any business, but in this business is that, you know, you do have to spend the money on making sure you have a website. Because I was talking to a couple actors and I'm like, I looked and looked, I can't find your website. Oh yeah, I don't have one of those. What are you talking about? You know, the point is that you are right in your statement that one, this is a great time to do this, and is what you're saying, because the opportunities are a lot more, you know, because you can go on here and do all that stuff and do anything you want and get more eyes to what you're doing. However, that also puts you in a different sort of fishbowl. Number one, there's more fish in that bowl. And number two, when they're looking in there, what is it that they're going to pull out about you? Well, you know, the point is that if you invite more people to the fish tank, they're going to be looking for you. So there's lots of things you have to, you know, encompass in your marketing and your approach. It really isn't just click here and you know, it's not a slot machine. Well,
Yeah.
it is in a way. However, it's a much more covert slot machine that you're dumping your time and money into. So,
And again, it's a slot machine is if you just kind of put the quarter in, it's chance.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's really
well,
it.
this
Do you
is
want to depend? You want your career to depend on chance, or do you want to do everything that you can to make sure that you're on the path that you need to be?
yeah, you know, but with all due respect as well, is that there is every day I wake up as an actor, which is every day, I'm doing this and throwing out, you know, luck be a lady.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, there it is. Hey, filmfestivallive.com. By the way, you'll never see me in this ugly shot again. I don't know what happened. I just decided to, you know, go behind the scenes. But
I
anyway,
like the green. I like the green and the British the flag. No, I think it looks
it's
nice.
going away.
There
Sorry,
you go.
so back to the yeah, I wore this for our guest. Not really. Anyway, thanks for coming on the show again, Sal. We will talk soon. Sorry, pardon me. And what a great show. And if you want to see this again, of course, it's on YouTube, Facebook Live. On filmfestivallive.com is where I'd go first. Click it, check it out. And if you have any questions or you want to be on the show, let us know. And we will see you soon. Be safe, be well, but most importantly, be creative. See you soon.